If you're someone who feels like your quiet nature holds you back, you've probably heard all the usual advice. Just be more outgoing, or fake it till you make it. But let's get real. What if the answer isn't trying to change who you are to fit some extroverted ideal? What if your shyness, your introspective side, actually holds the key to a unique power? In this video, I'm going to show you how to turn that quiet energy into a strength, using the wisdom of Carl Jung and other thinkers. No need for fake confidence or draining social acts. I'm talking about a genuine transformation that starts from within. Your true self, unlocked and powerful. Carl Jung said, "Everyone carries a shadow, and the less it is embodied in the individual's conscious life, the blacker and denser it is." Your shadow is the part of yourself you hide because society might judge it, like shyness or quietness. When you label shyness as a weakness, you give it power over you. Here's the reframe. Shyness isn't a flaw, it's a sign you process the world deeply. For example, overthinking conversations means you care about being thoughtful, not that you're bad at talking. Jungian hack. Instead of fighting your shadow, ask yourself, how is this trait secretly serving me? Try this exercise. Write down 3 things you hate about your shyness. Example, I'm too quiet in groups. Now, rewrite them as strengths. I listen more than I speak, which helps me understand people deeply. Jung said, what you resist persists. Stop resisting shyness. Redefine it. When you stop apologizing for being reserved, you unlock confidence spillover, a quiet self-trust that grows over time. Example, if you're nervous in meetings, remind yourself, my silence isn't weakness. It's my power to observe first. The surprise? Owning your shadow traits makes them less intimidating. People fear judgment because they think their quirks are unique, but Jung believe everyone hides a shadow. Action step. For one day, tell yourself, I don't need to fix my shyness. I need to redirect it. As Jung put it, the most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely. Start with your shadow. Carl Jung said, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. This is individuation. Individuation means embracing your unique self, not copying extroverted norms to fit in. Society often tells introverts to speak up or be more social, but Jung argued true power comes from inner alignment. The trap, trying to act like an extrovert, drains you. The fix? Double down on your introverted strengths. For example, your quiet nature lets you think deeply, a superpower in a world of shallow small talk. Jungian hack. Instead of forcing yourself to network, focus on 1-2 meaningful conversations where your depth shines. Your mystery isn't a flaw, it's magnetic. People crave authenticity, not performances. Action step. Next time you're in a group, try the 10% rule. Talk 10% less, listen 10% more. Notice if people respect you more. Jung believed conformity kills growth. Every individual needs revolution, inner division, deliverance from the herd. Introverts often fear being too much or too quiet. Individuation says, you're already enough. Example, if you hate parties, stop going to them. Host a book club or coffee chat instead. Attract your people. The surprise? The more you honor your needs, the more confident you become. No faking required. Silence isn't awkward, it's powerful. A pause before speaking shows thoughtfulness, not insecurity. Reframe. You're not missing out by skipping loud gathering. You're prioritizing energy that fuels you. Jung said we all wear masks. Individuation is taking yours off, even if it scares you. Try this. Write down 3 things you love about being introverted. Example, creativity, empathy. Repeat them daily. You don't owe anyone extroversion. As Oscar Wilde said, be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. When you stop over-explaining your quietness, people start valuing your presence more. Science backs this. Studies show introverts often excel in leadership because they listen deeply and act deliberately. Individuation isn't selfish. It's your quiet rebellion. The world needs your version of strength, not a copy. You don't need 100 friends to feel seen. Just one real connection can transform your life. Carl Jung believed that meaningful relationships begin when we dare to be authentic. Introverts might not dominate the room, but they master something deeper, emotional resonance. While extroverts may shine in crowds, introverts shine in depth. That's your gift, seeing beneath the surface. You might say less, but you feel more. That's rare. The secret? Vulnerability. When you gently reveal your inner world, people feel safe to do the same. And that's how true bonds form, not through noise but through presence. Example, instead of small talk, ask someone, what's been inspiring you lately? That one question goes further than 10 surface-level chats. Action step, this week, focus on quality, not quantity. Send a voice note, write a letter, or meet one friend for a slow walk. Build depth, not lists. Jung said, loneliness does not come from being alone, but from being unable to communicate the things that seem important. You have that ability. Use it. You don't need to change who you are to connect. You just need to show up, quietly, fully, truthfully. In a world addicted to speed, introverts hold a secret power. Focus. While others scatter their energy trying to multitask, you dive deep. Carl Jung believed that inner mastery begins with stillness, and this is where introverts thrive. You don't need constant interaction to feel alive. You come alive in solitude, in the quiet rhythm of deep work. The world may praise loud success, but silent mastery is often the most potent. You feel it when time disappears. When you're writing, solving, creating, that's flow, and it's your natural state. The gift? You don't just do things, you refine them. While others rush to be seen, you take your time to become excellent. Jung called it the path of individuation, becoming whole through your craft. Action step. Schedule 1 hour this week for uninterrupted deep work. No distractions, no pressure, just you and your purpose. Let your quiet work speak volumes. People may not notice at first, but when they do, it's unforgettable. You don't have to announce your brilliance. You just have to show up every day and let the silence sculpt your success. Introverts often look outward for validation in a world that rarely mirrors them back. But Jung believed that the most powerful voice isn't out there, it's inside you. That subtle pull, that quiet knowing is your inner authority. The problem? We've been trained to doubt it. Growing up, you may have heard, speak up more, or don't be so quiet, as if silence meant something was wrong. But your silence held wisdom, your intuition sharpening beneath the noise. As children, we were told silence meant we lacked confidence, when really, we were listening more deeply than anyone else in the room. That still, small voice inside you, it's not weakness. It's your quiet authority. The more you ignore it to please others, the more lost you feel. But when you begin to honor that voice, your preferences, your pace, your truth, you stop needing external approval. Try this. At the end of each day, ask, did I speak from alignment or from fear? The goal isn't to be louder, it's to be truer. Jung believed individuation begins when we no longer borrow voices to feel valid. Your task isn't to become someone else's ideal, it's to reclaim the quiet genius that's always been there. You don't need more noise. You need more trust in your own inner compass. That voice knows where you're meant to go. And the more you follow it, the less lost you'll feel, even in the loudest crowd. Carl Jung said, "Your visions will become clear only when you can look into your own heart." Start by accepting your thoughts, not fighting them. Intrusive thoughts like, did I sound stupid, aren't flaws. They're your mind's way of protecting you. The trap. The harder you try to silence anxious thoughts, the louder they get. Like a mental tug of war. Jung believed the psyche self-regulates. Like a river, it needs to flow, not be dammed up. The hack? Instead of fighting thoughts, let them spin and pass naturally. No judgment. Imagine your thoughts as clouds drifting by. You notice them, but you don't chase them. Science agrees. Studies show suppressing thoughts makes them rebound 50% stronger. Letting go works better. Action step. When a critical thought arises, say, "Thanks, brain. I'll take it from here." Then refocus. Jung warned, what you resist persists. Resistance fuels anxiety. Acceptance drains its power. Overthinking isn't a weakness. It's your mind's creativity. Redirect it to solve problems, not invent them. Try this. Write intrusive thoughts on paper, then crumple it. Physically releasing them tricks your brain into letting go. Was it the surprise? Most awkward moments you obsess over. Others forget them in seconds. Your mind exaggerates. Introverts often replay conversations. Ask, did I harm anyone? Did I learn something? If not, let it spin away. Quote, reminder. You don't have to believe every thought you think. Psychologist Kristin Neff practiced the 5-second detach. When a thought spirals, count down from 5 and shift focus to your senses. Like sounds or smell, your brain is like a radio. It picks up static, which are intrusive thoughts. You don't have to dance to the noise. Here's a Jungian truth. Anxiety often comes from ignoring your intuition. Listen to your gut, not the mental chatter. For example, if you're nervous before a meeting, say, "This anxiety is energy. I'll use it to focus." And for a daily practice, spend 2 minutes each morning visualizing thoughts as leaves floating down a stream. No grabbing, just watching. Final takeaway. Thoughts only control you if you grip them, let them spin. And watch your confidence grow. While the world chases dopamine hits and fast rewards, introverts hold a hidden advantage. Depth. Carl Jung believed that our inward orientation isn't a curse. It's a portal to focused mastery. You're not zoning out when you go quiet. You're slipping into flow. That's a state where time dissolves, distractions fade, and only the task remains. Deep work isn't just focus, it's presence. And introverts are wired for it. The hack? Design a ritual, a playlist, a time of day, a space that signals your brain it's time to dive deep. While others scatter their energy across notifications and noise, you'll be silently building empires in your mind. Jung once said, "Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakes." When you work in solitude, you're not alone. You're in alignment. Action step. Block 2 hours this week just for flow. No phone. No audience. Just your craft. That's where your power lives. Example: writers, designers, coders, many of the world's greats thrived in silence. Why? Because quiet isn't emptiness, it's clarity. You don't need to hustle louder, you need to go deeper. This is the introvert's revolution. Silent, deliberate, and unstoppable. Shyness isn't your enemy. It's a sign of a mind that feels deeply, thinks critically, and connects meaningfully. Your mission isn't to become an extrovert. It's to own your introversion so fully that the world adjusts to you. The world doesn't need another loud voice. It needs your quiet power, your depth, and the unique magic only introverts bring. Try one exercise from this video, then drop a comment below. What's one trait you're ready to embrace as your superpower? Let's rewrite the script on shyness together. If this resonated, hit subscribe. We're diving deeper into Jungian hacks next week to help you own your introversion unapologetically. Remember, confidence isn't about being the loudest in the room. It's about being so at home in yourself that the room bends to your energy.